Have you ever looked at that incredible skyline in Dubai or Abu Dhabi and just wondered, how? How does a nation seemingly spring out of the desert and become a global powerhouse in just a couple of decades? Well, that is the amazing story of the United Arab Emirates, and we're going to dive right into it.
When you think of the UAE today, you picture these gleaming skyscrapers, right? Artificial islands, a buzzing hub of finance and tech. I mean, it honestly looks like a country built for the 22nd century. But here's the thing. All of that futuristic vision is built on a foundation that goes back over 125,000 years. Seriously, this land saw ancient civilizations rise and fall long before anyone even dreamed of a skyscraper.
So that's really the big question we're tackling. How did we get from these ancient trading posts to a nation that's literally sending probes to Mars? The answer? Well, it's a fascinating story of trade, pearls, pirates, oil, and some truly visionary leadership.
Okay, so let's rewind, way back to the beginning. Because this part of the world was never just empty desert. For an incredibly long time, it's been a major crossroads for humanity.
I mean, just look at this timeline. It's kind of staggering. We're talking about some of the earliest evidence of modern humans leaving Africa being found right here, 125,000 years ago. That is such a deep well of history. And as you move forward in time, you see this amazing succession of cultures. The Hafid people with their unique beehive tombs, and then the flourishing Bronze Age cultures. Each one left its mark.
So, back in the Bronze Age, this area was known to the powerful Sumerians as Madagan. And it wasn't some quiet backwater, not at all. It was a vital source of raw materials like copper, which, was absolutely essential for making the tools and weapons for the great empires of the day.
And because it was such a key supplier, it sat at the center of this huge ancient trade network. I mean, look at this list. The people of Magan were trading with the biggest civilizations of their time. Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, even places as far away as modern-day Afghanistan. This has always been a place that connects different worlds.
And that role as a global connector? It got supercharged with the arrival of Islam in the 7th century. The region became a crucial link in that massive Arab trading network connecting the East to Europe, and ports like Jafar turned into these bustling centers of international commerce.
All right, let's jump forward a bit. We're going to see how all this history builds into an era that would define this coast for centuries, a time dominated by the pearl trade and the arrival of powerful European navies.
Before there was oil, there were pearls, and the scale of this industry was just massive. Think about it. In the early 1900s, almost 75,000 people were working in the pearling fleets. This wasn't just a side job, it was the entire economy. For some rulers, a crazy 80% of their income came from pearls alone.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this busts a common myth. You always hear that it was Japanese cultured pearls and the Great Depression that killed the Gulf's pearling industry, but the records show that decline actually started way earlier. The real problems were things like overfishing, local conflicts, and just a string of bad seasons. The industry was already collapsing from the inside, which created this huge economic problem.
At the exact same time, a new power shows up on the scene. The British. And they start calling this area the Pirate Coast. From their perspective, yeah, local ships were messing with their valuable trade routes to India. But from the local point of view, the dominant seafaring tribe, the Al-Qasimi, were just defending their traditional sea lands from a foreign intruder. It's a classic case of two totally different perspectives on the same events.
So all this conflict led to a series of treaties that would basically define the politics of the region for the next 100 years. After a big British military campaign, the General Maritime Treaty was signed. This is what gave the area its new name, the Trucial States. Then in 1853, another truce made that peace permanent, at least at sea. And finally in 1892, the exclusive agreement made it official, turning the sheikhdoms into a British protectorate. Britain would handle their foreign policy and in return offer protection.
For decades, Britain's policy was basically to keep the peace at sea, but otherwise let the local rulers handle their own business. But then, something was discovered under the sand that would change absolutely everything.
Oil. And you can't make this up. The first major discovery in 1958 was literally right under an old pearling bed, a perfect symbol of the shift that was coming. In just 4 years, Abu Dhabi was exporting crude oil, and Dubai wasn't far behind. The trickle of money was about to become a flood. So, and this is the crucial part, this discovery totally changed the British relationship with the Trucial States.
As this British official basically said, they used to be happy to let local conflicts play out on land. But once you have valuable oil concessions in the mix, that hands-off policy had to change. The stakes were suddenly way, way higher.
So this new strategic importance came at the exact moment Britain was rethinking its role in the world. The stage was set for one of the biggest moments in the region's history, the birth of a brand new nation.
Okay, so in 1968, Britain announces it. We're leaving. This created a huge sense of urgency. But the two most influential leaders, Sheikh Zayed of Abu Dhabi and Sheikh Rashid of Dubai, they acted fast. They met right away and agreed to unite. The first idea was even bigger, a federation of 9, including Bahrain and Qatar. But, they couldn't agree on all the details, so Bahrain and Qatar decided to become independent on their own. And so on December 2nd, 1971, 6 emirates joined together to create the United Arab Emirates. A couple of months later, Ras Al Khaimah joined, completing the federation we know today.
And the vision of these founding fathers was so clear and so powerful. They didn't see the oil money as personal wealth. They saw it as the fuel to build a modern country from the ground up, with schools, housing, hospitals, and roads for all their people.
And that brings us right up to the modern era, where in just a few decades you can see the incredible results of that vision not just realized, but totally surpassed.
The pace of development has been just breathtaking. I mean, look at this. From the Burj Khalifa touching the sky to the Hope probe reaching Mars, the UAE has just consistently chased these huge, ambitious, world-first projects. There is a direct line from that initial vision of building roads and hospitals to sending the first Emirati to space. It's the same ambitious spirit, just on a cosmic scale. And this transformation isn't just about buildings and rockets, it's social and economic too. To stay competitive as a global hub, the country has made some major legal reforms lately. And these aren't just minor tweaks, they're big shifts designed to align with the rest of the world. From changing the work week to allowing 100% foreign ownership of businesses, it's a clear signal that they want to stay dynamic and forward-looking. So when you take a step back and look at the whole story, from ancient traders to Martian explorers, you see this incredible pattern of constant transformation and adaptation. This small corner of the world has always punched way above its weight. And that just leaves you with one thrilling question. What's next? We really hope you enjoyed this quick history. If you want to dive into the stories of other fascinating countries, please subscribe to Notebook Summaries and make sure you check out our Quick Country Histories playlist. Thanks for watching.